Alright, welcome to your Slammiversary review 2017. The show had a really good opening with all the things that have been happening. You know, the road to Slammiversary, all the storylines and such. Like that, you had the introduction of Don West and Robert Flores doing commentary. And then also an introduction of the manager of AAA Mexico, president of Impact Wrestling, president of Pro Wrestling Noah, and the director of operations from Crash Promotions. And then we head into our first match right away, the tag team match for the GFW tag titles, or both titles. I don't know if it was a unification title match, but either way, Casa Jr. with Laredo Kid from Crash Promotions, Drago and El Hijo de Fantasma from AAA Mexico. You had Marafuji and Ishimori from Pro Wrestling Noah, and obviously, and of course, ours truly, LAX. This match was the best fucking match of the entire fucking pay-per-view. Okay, this match, you could say this match was everything in one. Okay, like there were so many fucking spots. This match was so fucking fast-paced. Nothing was sloppy. All the wrestlers did their fucking thing. There were high spots moved. There were awesome fucking moves. You know, these guys from LAX are so fucking damn fucking good. Like in this match, they really showed me how good they are, how good of a tag team they are. You know, because at first I was like, but tonight, like the stuff they did and how well they fucking are as a team, it's fucking perfect, man. Like holy shit. Drago and El Hijo de Fantasma did their thing as well, but they barely had a showing though, but it's fine. You also had Drago that had a little botched on the turnbuckle, but that's okay, you know, stuff like that can happen. Gasa Jr., Laredo Kid doing their thing as well, and Marafuji and Ishimura also had a good showing. Everybody had a fucking good showing. This match was, you know, this is tag team match, tag team at its finest. You know, and it's not even 2-on-2. This was like literally 2, 4, 6. This was like 8 people in a ring, you know, and they all fucking did their thing. Okay, I am putting this match as the highlight of the show. This is one of them. Okay, this is how great this match was. Okay, 5 stars. I'm giving this match a 5 fucking stars, and I haven't given 5 stars to anything in a long fucking time. Alright, LAX ends up retaining. So there you have it. Then we go backstage. JB Joseph Park, where Joseph Park tells JB that the match is going to be a no disqualification. JB obviously gets all worked up, crazy, you know, and then Joseph Park tells JB that he shouldn't worry, you can rely on friends. And later on we get to see who that friend is. Then we have our second match, a special tag team match. Eli Drake with Chris Adonis, with Moose and Deangelo Williams. I like the entrance of Moose with the whole cheerleader thing and such. That gives it a real pay-per-view look and feel. If you have watched my prediction video, then you will know that, then you will remember that I said that Deangelo Williams isn't someone that you should expect a lot from or anything impressive from, because he's just an amateur, just a beginner, you know, like he only trained for this for like what, a week, 2 weeks, a month. But boy, was I wrong. Deangelo had a way better showing than both Eli Drake and Chris Adonis. I'm sorry, he did. He really did. The guy was fucking good. Maybe just nagging a little bit, just a few, you know, but everything else was really fucking good. The guy really showed us that he wants this, you know. He had a table spot. He botched it because he went a little too far, but that's okay. Like I said, things like this can happen. You know, Moose does what Moose does best. Chris Adonis, I don't fucking like this guy. This guy doesn't impress me at all. Nothing about this guy impresses me. I'm sorry. This guy is just all muscle, and I'm not gonna say no brains. Obviously he has brains, or else he wouldn't be where he is in his life. But you know what I mean. But Eli Drake also had a botch, which he did purposely, by the way. Whenever Eli Drake has a botch, he does it on purpose. You know, you need to watch him closely. He does it on purpose. Okay, it isn't real. He just obviously wants to give the crowd something to laugh to or act up to. You know. But Moose and Deangelo Williams ended up winning later at the match. At the end of the match, they went back and brought Eli Drake into the ring, and Moose did a body slam to Eli Drake on the table. It was a good match. Deangelo really impressed me, and I don't know if he's really going to continue doing wrestling. I've heard something about that, but I don't know if he really is planning on doing it. I'm seeing good things, you know, because if tonight what he showed us is already that what he has to offer, then if he keeps on training, then I can expect more. And that's the thing with a legit athlete. You always have more of the advantage because you have, you know, you have the energy, you already have that skill set, you're strong, you know, you kind of have that body for it, you know what I mean? So like I said, you know, if you're a legit athlete, stuff like this aren't going to really be an issue for you. I mean, take a look at, what's this other guy from Big Brother? I can't believe I fucking forgot his name. But he also learned pro wrestling real fast in just a couple of months. Moose, same thing. He also came from NFL, Ring of Honor, picked up pro wrestling real quick, man. He did a lot of awesome moves in his first showing already, so, and that's good. But this was another good match. Moose and Deangelo ended up winning. Then we go backstage with McKenzie and EC3. Just a little promo before this match. Is it just weird, does McKenzie look like Taylor Swift? But obviously McKenzie is 10 times, 20 times, a billion times prettier and hotter than Taylor Swift. Way hotter and prettier. Then we have a third match, EC3 James Storms. Now I wasn't really all hyped for this match, especially when it's a strap match, and usually strap matches end up being boring. But thankfully that wasn't the case with this one, okay? It was really a strap match. There was a spot where EC3 got cuffed to the turnbuckle, and that's where James Storm had his revenge with the whips, giving EC3 the same amount of whips EC3 gave him on that Indian taping. You also had there was also a spot in the match moments later in the match where EC3, his strap got loose, and that's where he had the advantage by, you know, pulling James Storm to the turnbuckle. He had hit his head or face really hard. I don't know if that was real. Also at the end of the match, James Storm literally like passed out. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Like, I don't know if it's real or if it is a plot for the later tapings. But EC3 got the win. He did a nasty finish. It almost seems like he wanted to go for a pile driver. At first I thought he was gonna do a pedigree. Actually it is a pedigree, but he did it differently. He like held him up in the air, but it was fucking nasty. I'm still confused with the finish. Like, James Storm just passed out. Later on, they went back into the ring where we still saw the medics carrying James Storm to the backs. Like I said, it's pro wrestling because you never know if it's real or not. To me, it still seems like it's not real. It seems like a plot that will come in handy in the later tapings. So this thing between EC3 and James Storm is definitely not over. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Okay, as long as I enjoyed it, it's all good to me. Then we go backstage with Karen and Dutch Mantel. Well, they're both looking for Bruce Pritchard. Both of them can find him, and that's also a plot for the later tapings, where there'll probably be a segment of here, where have you been? We'll be looking all over your land. That's probably gonna start something, so it's a plot. Then we have our fourth match. First, Pope came out to call out the match with the commentary. A tag team match, Josh Matthews with Scott Steiner and JB and Joseph Park. Like I said, wrestling would completely be out of the picture in this match. There was a little bit of wrestling, but this match was more for entertainment purposes, and it was exactly that. Just like I mentioned, just like I said it would. You know, a lot of people were like not interested in this match. I wasn't interested in it as well, but I knew it would have some entertainment flavor to it. Like, I knew it was gonna be something special and great. You know, even though I wasn't really into the whole segment and everything, but I hope it proved other people wrong as well. I hope it still ended up making people that had their doubts with this match or who had no interest in this match, I hope they are happy with what they saw with the outcome and how this whole match has been. I'm pretty sure it must have been. If they don't, they're fucking lying. They're being closet haters. There are a lot of those type of people. You know, they'll tell you they didn't like the match, but deep inside in their rooms, you know, they fucking marked the fuck out and loved it. Of course, they're not gonna tell you. Okay, but Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner had the upper hand at the beginning of the match. Scott Steiner does what Scott Steiner does best. This guy is fucking hilarious, like seriously. This guy takes the whole barricade from that one section and like he acts like he's gonna throw it at them. JB and Joseph Park run to the backstage, go outside, and that's where most of the things happen on this in this match. You had Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner run after them. They see a golf car or whatever car you call it. They drive to it, and while they're driving, you have Scott Steiner constantly calling them fat asses. Yeah, you run, you fat ass. And then Joseph Park and JB end up taking like fire extinguishers. I don't know what you really call them. You know, the one where you blow cold on to kill the fire. They like blow it onto them, and Scott Steiner's like, "What the hell was that?" All white and shit. And then later you have this guy driving with his car into the parking lot. He's like, "Yo, pop, big pop of pop." And Scott Steiner's like throws his arm, almost breaks this guy's arm, throws him out of the car, and then Josh and Scott Steiner drive off with the car again, driving behind Joseph and JB, and Scott Steiner is still like, "Yeah, run, you fat ass, run, your fat ass, it's over." And then there was a moment in the segment or in this match where like Scott Steiner tells Josh like, "Look at my teeth, they're all white." "Yeah, but I look like a clown." Wow. Let's see. And then both split up. You had Scott Steiner going after Abyss and JB after Josh Matthews after JB. They end up at a pool. Josh Matthews gets thrown into the pool. You have JB does some sort of front flip to Josh Matthews, and then they end up like fighting under the water, and then long and behold, Shark Boy appears. I don't know what he did to Josh, but it seemed like he bit him, and that's how both got out. It was nice to see having Shark Boy involved. And then we go to Scott Steiner on his side. Scott Steiner beats up Joseph Park, throws him into a wooden platform. Joseph Park is knocked out. Then we go to the ring. You have Scott Steiner walking away and Josh going after JB. And then long and behold, guess who appears at Joseph Park, his side? It was Father James Mitchell. He was like, "Rise." And then he holds up the mask and such. That was fucking awesome to see him again. This guy is a fucking awesome manager. But then we go back to the ring. You had Scott Steiner and Josh Matthews having JB beating up, and then Shark Boy first came out to come to JB his aid, gets beat up. Then later on, James Mitchell comes out, distracts them, and then you have Abyss behind them. Abyss has the upper hand. 3 has Joff Master getting Black Hole slammed on thumbtacks, and then JB does a frog splash, ended up getting his finger on the tags stuck, and that's how they got the win. Second highlight of the fucking pay-per-view. I enjoyed this so much, I'm gonna look at it at least 5 times. This was a great fucking. I barely don't want to call it a match. I almost want to call it a segment, because there was very little wrestling involved, but it was entertainment as fuck. Okay. Then we have Mackenzie Alberto Patron, also his promo before his match. And then we have a 5th match, intergender Full Metal Mayhem match. I had no idea this was a Full Metal Mayhem match though. But Davey Richard and Angelina against Eddie Edwards and Alicia. There was a table, trash cans, ladders, and later on the match also thumbtacks. The first thing I've noticed is that Angelina Love doesn't have it anymore. Most women are strong enough to still be able to have a lot of strength after their birth, but other women don't. Obviously everybody is different, and I think Angelina having a baby took so much away from her, because she wasn't terrible, but you could tell that she wasn't at her best. Alicia had a way better showing than Angelina Love. Way better. Alicia really did her thing in this match. She really impressed me, because I first of all aren't even too high on Alicia, but she really did her thing. She has proof that she is knockout worthy. Both men were intensive, good. They did their thing, but I feel like this was more centered to the women. The focus was more on the women. At least my focus was more on the women, which I wasn't even planning on doing. But after I noticed that Alicia had a really good string, it's like, damn girl, this girl really does her thing. That's where my focus was a lot more on the women. You had Alicia did a risky move. She went from turnbuckle, jumped onto Angelina. She even took a ladder spot. You had Angelina taking a table spot where Alicia power slammed her or power bombed her on the table. You had both men on the ladder fighting, and then Eddie Edwards did a rolling power bomb onto the table, even hurting himself in the process. There was also a spot where Angelina Love took the thumbtacks and try to put it, throw them in Eddie Edwards' mouth. But Eddie Edwards and Alicia end up winning, like I predicted. So that was it. It was a good match. I enjoyed it, definitely. Alicia impressed me a lot. Eddie Edwards, I don't know if it was Davey, but the men were barely involved though. Like I said, it almost seemed like the focus was more on the women, which is good, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, it is an intergender match, but it was a good match. Okay, I enjoyed it. Then we go to Loki versus Sanjay Dutt, 2 out of 3 fall. It was this match that I was most looking forward to in the entire pay-per-view, that honestly ended up being the least of my favorite matches of the pay-per-view. I can definitely not put this match as a highlighted match. This match was technical at best. Okay, it was a real technical match. Both guys are X Division, so I guess you could say I was expecting a lot more high flying shit, a lot more awesome moves, and that wasn't the case in this match. But okay, and nothing got taken away. Both guys did their thing. It was a really good match. Okay, so Loki had the first fall by Sanjay Dutt doing a Hurricane Rana from the turnbuckle, but Low-key was so fast that he countered it and transitioned immediately into the double stomp, or what he called the One Warrior. That's how he got the first fall. Sanjay got the second fall, and then lastly Sanjay ended up winning because he did a backflip, or was it a moonsault, and did a One Warrior or One Road Warrior, whatever you call Loki, his move. The double stomp, that must have fucking hurt. And that's how Sanjay ended up retaining his title. Good match, but honestly my least favorite of the entire pay-per-view. Then we go to Sienna versus Rosemary. Gail Kim first came out. It was good to see Gail Kim again. I almost forgot she's part of the roster. Gail Kim is hot though. Rosemary's entry was really awesome as well, with the whole zombie girls coming out. That was really creative and really awesome to see. Like I keep saying, Rosemary is good, but she isn't great. At the same time, also not all that impressive, to me at least. I feel like her gimmick and her character is overshadowing a lot of people from seeing how good she really is, and honestly she's not all that good. It's her character that makes her seem like she is all of that. I'm not saying that she isn't all of that, she is obviously all that. She plays her character very well, knows how to act, especially that's important. Sienna also didn't impress me a lot. I thought that she was a little bit sloppy in this match. I've obviously seen a lot better from Sienna. But nevertheless, both women did their thing. Alright. You had KM and Lauren Vaness coming out to ringside moments later. Later during the match, Lauren came back, but then Ali attacked her with a candlestick, or ran behind her with a candlestick. Rosemary got distracted at that moment, and then you had Sienna hitting her with a title belt. But she didn't get the 3 count. Then you had Rosemary that wanted to do the mist, spit the mist to Sienna, but Sienna kinda closed her mouth, and Rosemary kinda choked the mist. Rosemary then later on wanted to do a last wedding to Sienna, but Sienna ended up putting her fingers, because her fingers had missed as well. Excuse me. And then she put it into her eyes. That's how she got distracted, and that's how Sienna got the win in a submission hold. So your winner, Sienna, undisputed champ, GFW and Knockouts champion. I'm talking like this because I'm not very impressed, but it was a good match. Okay, it was a good match. Okay, it wasn't a bad match. I just expected a lot more, especially from Sienna. So I'm not all that too happy with the finish. But it is what it is. She did her thing, both did her thing. So we'll see what happens next. All good matches, but highlight still goes to the first match. Second highlight, Scott Steiner, JB, and that James Mitchell and such. And then we have the last match. Jeff Jarrett comes out. He thanks the fans, us, the real supporters that actually buy shit from Shop DNA and the company and such. I watched the pay-per-view on the website, by the way, because they have that option now, an option that I wanted them to do for quite some time now, and they finally do that option that where you can watch it on the site. Obviously you need to pay. I had absolutely no connection problems, everything ran smoothly, unlike the WWE network that people keep bitching about. They have network connection problems. Thankfully I had none of that on the site. So but that Jeff Jarrett thanks people that bought a ticket, a t-shirt, and such and such and such. Kept it real sweet and short. And then we had the contestants coming out. Lashley against El Patron, with El Patron coming out with his family, and Lashley with a few of his MMA gym members. This match lasted about, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, 25 minutes or maybe even 30 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but it was a long match. It was an intense match. Both guys went fucking at it. Lashley was a lot more aggressive, I should say. El Patron also did his thing, you know, and such, but he does what he does, you know. There were moments where there were a lot of submission holds, by the way. Some of the matches, some of it took outside of the ring, the match. There was even this little interaction between El Patron's father and King Mo. I thought that whole interaction between King Mo and even El Patron, because there were moments where El Patron even had to, like, you know, Ella back and forth with King Mo. It was really odd. That was really bad, though. Okay, that was really bad acting. King Mo was really fucking bad. Sorry, he was. You know, his acting was a little off. I don't know, or maybe it's just me, but his acting was off. But I guess you could say this was also another technical match. It was a good match. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, because I wasn't really looking forward to this match. What I will say is that I don't agree with the finish. And if you've been watching pro wrestling for quite some time now, then you should know, and knowing how the match finished, then you should have an indication on why it finished the way it did. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to you to figure that out. But I don't agree with the finish, and I also don't agree with El Patron winning, because El Patron has been how long in the company now? Not even a year, and he's already getting overratedly pushed. You know, I understand he's like Mexican, he's a big name, he has a big name and such, but like, really? Okay, let's see what happens, you know. I guess this is what Jeff Jarrett is going with, so. But every match was good, okay, I'm just gonna put like that. This was a great show, okay, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It could have been a 10 out of 10, but there are few things that I didn't quite, you know, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, which is extremely high, because I've never given any wrestling show a 9 out of 10. Not even New Japan, not even none of the ROH pay-per-views. So this is good. This was a really, really fucking awesome pay-per-view. I enjoyed every match, okay, even though I had a few trouble with certain things, but I enjoyed every match. This pay-per-view was definitely better than last year's pay-per-view. So the road to Bound for Glory officially begins. I want to know from you guys what you thought. Do you accept Alberto El Patron winning? Do you agree with all the other finishes up from other matches? What did you expect? How did you think the matches, how the show was gonna be? Did you like the show? How much do you rate it? Which match do you say is a highlight match? Let me know. The comment section is open. But that's about it. Holy shit, we're going 30 minutes. I'm so sorry that this ended up being a long review, so I'm just gonna like end it now. But if you have been watching this all the way till the end, thank you very much. And I'm back, so yes, you will expect a Impact review on either Friday or Saturday. Alright, so see you guys then, and also see you guys in the comment section. Thank you for watching.